Hello grade 6, I hope you are doing well. Today we'll learn more about subtracting fractions. This is chapter 7 lesson 5. You can find this lesson on page 230 from your textbook, and you are requested to subtract fractions properly after this lesson. So here we have a chart. This chart shows the fractional part of family income spent on food for 5 countries. How much greater is the fractional part for China than for USA? So here we have for India, they spend 2/5 of the salary or of the monthly income in general on the food, and here we have on the USA 1 out of 10. So we need to find the difference between the fractional part with China and USA. As you can see here, China we have 1 out of 2, and USA we have 1 out of 10. So to find how much greater P, subtract 1 out of 2 minus 1 out of 10. We need to subtract 1 out of 2, which is the monthly cost of food, or let's say percentage spent on food in where? In China, here. And we have the second one, which is 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, which is for the USA. Okay, we need to subtract them to find the difference, and let's follow the steps. First, you have to know that subtracting, you can't change the places of the minute numbers. So you can't say 1 out of 10 minus 1 out of 2. You have to keep them in order. 1 out of 2 minus 1 out of 10, you have to know that 1 out of 2 minus 0 equals 1 out of 2. The estimate. How do we estimate? We have 3 main estimates. As I told you, we can estimate the fraction for 0 or 1 or maybe 1 out of 2. Let's just use another simple, just like this one. Okay, so we can estimate with 0, 1 or 1 out of 2. So the first one is 0, or we can estimate to 1, or we estimate to 1 out of 2. Okay, now the first one is 1 out of 2. It's exactly the 1 out of 2. The second one is 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is almost 0. So it's like 1 out of 2 minus nothing. So the answer is almost or about 1 out of 2. This is the estimated answer. Now we need to find the exact answer. I need to know the approximate number. Now let's move. Okay, to subtract fractions, we have to find the LCD. Then we have to rename each fraction as an equivalent fraction with the LCD as the denominator. Then we need to subtract. So the same steps for subtracting fractions and for adding fractions, they are the same. We have the same steps for both, but we need to follow them properly. Okay, so here we have 1 out of 2 and 1 out of 10. How to make the 2 10? We just multiply it by 5. As the LCD for 2 and 10 is 10, we just need to multiply this 2 by 5 to make it 10. طبعا we can't multiply the denominator without multiplying the numerator, so we need to multiply the denominator. We have 2 out of 5, it equals 10, and 1 out of 5, it equals 5. So here, as you can see, we have 1 times 5, the answer is 5, and 2 times 5, the answer is 10. يعني focus on 5 out of 10 is the equivalent fraction for 1 out of 2. يعني they are the same. They are the same fraction. 1 out of 2 is equal to 5 out of 10. Now we have 1 out of 10, no need to make anything here, we just subtract. 5 out of 10 minus 1 out of 10, the final answer is 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, we can divide both numerator and denominator by 2. 4 times 2, the answer is 2, and 10 divided by 2, the answer is 5. So your final answer is 2 out of 5. And P, which is the difference between the partial fraction between USA and China, is 2 out of 5. So you have to know that the difference, the fractional part of China's family income spent on food is 2 out of 5, or 2/5 greater than of the USA's. Okay, so this is how do we subtract fractions. It's a super easy lesson. You just have to make like denominators, then simply subtract. Super easy. Now let's go to our questions, page number 230. Question number 1, estimate then subtract, write each answer in simplest form. We have 2 out of 3 out of 4 minus 5 out of 8. 3 out of 4 minus 5 out of 8. Okay. How to make the 4 8? We simply multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 by 2. 3 times 2, the answer is 6, and 4 times 2, the answer is 8. Now 6 out of 8 minus 5 out of 8, the final answer is 1 out of 8. The final answer for the first one is 1 out of 8. How did we do this? We just multiplied the 3 by 2 and the 4 by 2. Another easy question is number 2. That's why it will be a homework, an easy homework. Question number 2. Now we have the next one. Let's choose. I can't see any hard question here. We have question number 10. We have 8 and we have 10. Try to think about the LCD for 8 and 10. The LCD for 8 and 10 is 80. Okay, so you need to multiply the 8 by 10, the 3 by 10, and the 1 by 8, and the 10 by 8. So here we have 3 times 10, that's 30. This will be 30 out of 80. Okay, minus 80 out of 8 out of 80. يعني this sentence is the same to this sentence. They are the same. It's the subtraction sentences. They are the same. When you tell me or you ask me to subtract 3 out of 8 minus 1 out of 10, it's the same with, so they are the same. You can simply subtract them. Now we have here, as I told you, 30 minus 8. 30 minus 8, the answer is 22 out of 80. So the final answer is 22 out of 80. Now you are kindly requested to answer question number 2. As I told you, question number 3 is a super easy one. Question number 4, it's also an easy one. Let's think about question number 12. Okay, and finally question number 5, which is repeated actually. So your homework is question number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 12, page 230. I hope you follow this video, write down under the video, and if you have any question, just please write it in the comments. Thank you.